Awesome. Well, let me get you spotlighted here. Thank you for taking some time with us.
How are you?
We are now joined by Noah Gragson. In advance of this weekend's racing at Kansas Speedway, if you do have a question for Noah, please raise your hand or feel free to send me a chat. And let's kick things off. Jordan Bianchi, go ahead. Maybe not. All right, let's kick things to Jenna instead. Go ahead, Jenna.
Hey, thank you. Hey, Noah, thanks for your time today. We had Denny right before you, and this was not about you. It was more about him and Briscoe. And the question was, why did he engage with Briscoe? And he talked a little bit about that there's no code anymore on track, and that some guys just do whatever they want, and nobody sort of comes along and explains to them how things work. And I'm wondering what your experiences have been. Do you think that there's a code? Do you think that veterans have a responsibility to talk to young drivers? Just what is your stance on all of this?
It's kind of a hard position I'm in. I didn't watch the Cup race on Sunday, so I was at a golf tournament, so I didn't really see exactly what happened. Saw a highlight of Briscoe on his right rear or something, but I don't know the full story. So I think, being over at KBM with Kyle and now Junior Motorsports with Dale, I think you have guys like that, but really there's no, like, you used to hear stories about like Tony Stewart coming down or Harvick come down, and those veteran guys, I don't know if explaining is the right term, but us young guys are just kind of figuring it out right now, and we're out to race every lap like it's our last, because opportunities are slim pickings, and you have to make the most of the opportunity you have right now. So that's kind of the way I feel about it. But with what's going on with them, I'm not really educated on the situation necessarily at Texas. The Indy road course deal, racing for the win. There's a lot of stuff going on in that moment, and split decisions are made. So, it's exciting. It's people are talking about it. We're talking about it. So, it's working. So I don't know if it's good for those two, but it's good for everyone else, and more drama sells more tickets.
Drama's good, right?
Drama's great.
Has anyone ever come and talked to you about anything and say, hey, this is how we do things, or hey, you should approach it this way?
Yeah, you have moments like that with more experienced guys, and try and learn from it. And you might not always agree with what they're saying, but you try and learn and listen and learn, and just kind of see where they're at in their shoes and whatnot. But, everybody's different. Everyone has their own opinion on things, but definitely trying to learn and understand where other people stand, I think goes a long ways. So, it never hurts, and you can almost use it as an advantage to listening to them and hearing what their mindset is. Well, when you race them in the future, you kind of know what they're thinking in a sense, sometimes. So with that being said, it's happened in the past, and I just try and learn every chance I get.
Lastly, for me, you're right at the cut line, 2 races to go. What's your mindset, and how do you think you need to race, and what do you need to do to get into the finale?
I think we need to have a strong, clean, solid day when we get to Kansas. It's a challenging track. I was talking to Kelly Stavis before the Texas race, and Texas, the restarts get kind of hairy sometimes, but really Kansas was what stood out. We were watching the race last Thursday back, and they had a stat that at least 5 of the 8 drivers in the last 4 years have had problems in the Xfinity Series at Kansas. So, just looking for a clean, solid day there. And then I feel like we have a pretty good package when we get to Martinsville. which we've been kind of hit or miss at Kansas. We've been there where we've had a ton of raw speed and can run in the top 3, and then we've been there and can't even run 15th. So, that's kind of a challenge realistically going into it, but I believe in this team, and I know everybody believes in me, and we're ready to go fight for it.
Great. Thank you, Noah.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take our next question from Bob Pockris. Go ahead, Bob.
And also talking about Kansas, do you have to base your strategy off of what like Allgaier and Hemrick and the way what they do, or do you feel like you dictate the strategy? Just how do you approach it with being so close to the cut line?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in the moment you're kind of reacting to how the race plans out, but stage points are top of the list for us, and obviously we want to get as many points as we can, but at the same time still race for the win. So maybe a little bit what those guys are doing. I was quite surprised to see Daniel Hemrick pit in the first stage at Texas, just because stage points are so hard to come by. But we really had different strategies, and I only gave him 1 point over the cut line. So we're close, but we need a little buffer going into Martinsville. Hopefully you can get some stage points this week and have a solid points day.
And just how much did the experience last year in this round, kind of help you? You had that, obviously not a good day at Kansas, and then 2 strong runs at Texas and Martinsville to get you in. I mean, do you feel any less nervous or less angst this year compared to last year?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like last year you show up to the racetrack and you're kind of maybe a little nervous, you're jittery. You have a solid opportunity. We had a great playoff run other than Kansas last year. So, I mean, with that being said, I think I'm more comfortable. I'm more confident. And I think that carries into the weekend. Not only my confidence with the team and comfort with them, but it translates when I get in the car or right before the race, So, yeah, I think it's better having those opportunities in the past, racing, trying to get into the next round, and hopefully we can capitalize this year.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, we'll take our next one from Jordan Bianchi. Go ahead, Jordan.
Sorry about that. Technical issues on my end earlier. Noah, what is the relationship like with your teammate Justin Allgaier during the playoffs when you guys are kind of competing for the same spot in the next round? Is it more or less the same than it was, during the regular season?
I feel like it's the same. We kind of talk on the airplane and stuff, talk at the shop, but he just had another kid. He's super busy, so I kind of got my own deal going on and focus on my own team. Same with him. So, we'll work together if we can. We're not going to try and do anything that'll jeopardize the both of us, but we're still going to race each other hard. If he's a lot quicker, then yeah, you point him by. But, it's just about being smart in these rounds. And I don't know if there's necessarily like working together, but just don't work against each other.
Gotcha. And then the other question too is about your team owner, Dale Earnhardt Jr. What is Dale like during these playoffs? You have much interaction with him? What advice does he give you? What is he like, during this stretch?
Well, no, unfortunately.
Okay. He's not, you don't interact with him much? He's not around? He's doing the NBC stuff?
Yeah, he does his own deal pretty much. But yeah, really just involved with pretty much everybody at the shop. But I don't know if he's busy or what the deal is, but there's not a lot of opportunity there.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll take our final question for Noah from Nathan Solomon. Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, Noah, thanks for your time today. Kind of looking ahead to Martinsville a little bit. That's a place that you've always ran pretty well at. So I guess how comforting is it to know that you have Martinsville to close out the round of 8, even if you don't have, say, a good run at Kansas?
Well, we finished third there last year, second earlier in the spring. Feel like we got a great car and package when we get to Martinsville. Really strong there. So it's just about having a clean day at Kansas is the biggest thing, and then I feel like we can have a solid, strong run at Martinsville. But being on the cut line, it's kind of tough because if one guy wins and/or two guy wins that aren't already above us, really, you want a non-playoff guy and/or Cindric or Allmendinger to win. But definitely can't have any of the other playoff guys win. So, it's kind of stressful being on the cut line, but I feel like we can do it.
And then a few weeks ago, your teammate Michael announced that he's retiring from full-time NASCAR. What's your relationship been with him since with your time here at JRM?
It's been great. Michael and I have become super close from just hanging out on Sundays or going to dinner, playing blackjack when we go to Vegas, all sorts of stuff. We've become close friends, and hate to see him go, but happy to see what the future brings to him. And I know he's kind of excited for that next chapter, closing out this year. Hopefully he can have some strong, solid runs and maybe Mark Martin it or Brett Favre it and come back one day.
Great. Thanks, Noah.
Thank you.
All right, Noah. Well, thank you so much for taking some time with us. And we wish you the best of luck this weekend at Kansas Speedway.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.